Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing great. Um, and yes, it has become colder in east side of United States. And you take care of yourself. Fall season is here. Leaves are falling, changing colors. That's the most beautiful time of the year. And we all love it. We just love it, but it's getting cold now. We were having a good time earlier, but now slowly and gradually it's going to get cold. And where I live, which is state of Georgia, and all the up north states, they'll be feeling this kind of cold. So I welcome you all, and let's get started on today's topic. I'll wait for a few more seconds. And we'll talk all about the power of an eagle mindset. So, why I chose this topic? Because I'll be discussing the five very powerful and significant traits of an eagle and how I have made this live where I would be dividing them into three ways. Number one, I'll be talking about the traits which are seen in eagle in a scientific way so that you get the scientific facts out. And the second one, how these traits or the characteristics would help you of an eagle mindset. And the last but not the least, I'll give you few examples of it, of famous personalities, so that you can correlate everything. So from being talking about the scientific part of it, and how you can directly relate what you can get out of it so that can bring you a lot of success on whatever you're planning to do. And the last but not the least, we need to know the people who have achieved it successfully in their life, this eagle mindset trait. And before I do all that, I encourage you all, please like this live session, subscribe to my channel, and by the end of the session, I'll open up for any answers I can give you regarding the topic of power of an eagle mindset. So, with that, I think let's get started. So, what is the power of an eagle mindset? A lot of leaders talk about it, a lot of people talk about it, but what is it exactly? If I have to explain it to you, it's just basically an attitude where you have built upon your strengths, you honor the freedom which encourages each and every one of you to unblock your potential. So we know eagle is a bird, and we'll be talking a lot about that. So basically, if I just have to define it in simple terms, that's what an eagle mindset is, right? So let's talk about the five most important traits of an eagle. So the first one is the vision. We'll talk in details. The second one is fearlessness. The third one is it's all about tenacity, what eagles have. The fourth one is flying high. I'll also talk about that. And the fifth one is N, which is for nurturing. So if we have to see that, so we have VFTFN, and we'll be talking one by one of these. So let's get started with the first one. So, vision. So, when we say eagle's vision, like what does eagle have? What we humans don't have, or what the other animals or the birds don't have. What eagles are gifted with a 25 vision, so they can clearly see very clearly 20 feet away. And if they're flying high, they can easily see their prey. The focus is so sharp, even the 20 miles or 2 miles down there. So, 2 miles, they can definitely see it very sharply. Okay. And their vision is It is so focused and sharp, even the surroundings are covered around it very well. So that is an eagle's vision, and they can easily see their prey from up there. Correct. So how this trait of eagles being having that kind of vision can help us. So number one is they're very focused. They're laser focused. So when eagle is flying up high, she or the bird can see their prey moving at different locations, but the focus of following that prey is very, very accurate. So if I ask you, does it ring a bell? Like how these leaders and famous people do that? They are laser focused on a goal, like we all know. What they do is two things. Now, when I'm saying when the eagle is looking at its prey from way above, what is it doing? It's focused on the prey, number one, and it is moving target along with that. So, what does the successful people do out of it? So, they see the present and they see the future at the same time. So, that's the vision which we can learn from an eagle, right? So, this is a very important one. An example, if I have to give you, would be of Abraham Lincoln. So, Abraham Lincoln, as we all know, was the 16th president of the United States of America. And so he guarded the country from the Civil War. That was the worst time period it had. So he had a vision to save the Union and have free slaves. So present situation and the future situation at the same time. So that's the vision you're supposed to build upon. Something you see in your life, you have to evaluate at the current situation, and also you need to see for the future as well. So what I call it as CP and CF. So what Eagle Vision gives us, it's a CP, present, and CF for the future. So that's the first thing you can learn from an Eagle mindset. What is number two? Fearlessness. So as we all know that eagles are fearless hunters, right? So once they get out of their flying zone and they start hunting or focusing on a prey, so they know that they would not leave that prey until they get it or catch it. So number couple of things they do while happening this. Number one is never surrender to the prey. Okay, and put on a fight to win them. So eagles have that trait in them where they put on a fight to win. Okay, so they go out with the mindset that I have to win this. They don't go out of a mindset, okay, if the prey can run away or it can just hide anywhere under the bushes, I won't be able to see. No, they literally go out with the mindset that I have to win this. And the golden eagles are remarkable hunters. And you would ask me how they are remarkable hunters, because they prey on goats. Now you've seen eagle and you've seen goats. So goats are much bigger and larger in size than eagles. You all will agree. But what they do, so they pick up a goat and they hit it on the side of a mountain where goat gets either dies or gets badly injured. So now when the prey is not in movable condition, they go and get it. All right. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, that this is how an eagle work and this is how an eagle mindset works. So the claws of the eagle's toes are curved and they're razor sharp to catch them. So these are the scientific facts, right? So they are able to catch their prey. So how can this trait of eagle can help us to become fearless? So that's what we'll be talking about. So when you become fearless and you start taking risk, okay, I have seen so many of my clients when they get out of their comfort zone and they start to become little bit comfortable of taking risks. The first thing what I tell my clients to do, you need to get out of the comfort zone and start taking the risk. What does that exactly mean? So that means that you can only become fearless, or you can only develop a fearlessness once you get out of your way, in the form of getting out of your comfort zone and start taking the risks. So that what the eagle mindset does. For example, as we all know, Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 27 years, but after that he still fought for equality. So he took the risk of being in the prison, but he still fought for the equality of the people. So, similarly, if you want an eagle mindset, what are you going to do? You are going to get out of your comfort zone, start taking risk, and that's how you become fearless. All right. So, let's talk number three. So, eagles are tenacious defenders. Eagle face storms. We all do. We face obstacles, um, lot of struggles we have while we are doing something. But what do they have differently from us? And when we are trying to build an eagle mindset, so they know how to face the storms. Okay. So usually you've seen eagles build their nest high up in the mountains or the trees, where nobody can go and go to their nest and probably disrupt their families. So now here, what are the eagles teaching us? Right? So what traits they are teaching us? So number one is they are building that nest high up. Number one, what are they doing? It's a home for them, right? So they're protecting it. So they know where to build it. So who are they protecting? If anybody can write in the comments, they're protecting their family or the relationships they cherish. Correct? Am I correct? So probably they're little eaglets or some babies or eagles or whatever they have in their family members. So eagles are what doing? They're guarding and protecting them because they have built the nest high up. Okay? Stay with me here. I'm going to be explaining. These are the scientific facts about eagles. Then I'll be taking you to the traits of what you can learn. So they are investing in what? In relationships. So you really need to truly invest in some of the relationships which you can cherish lifelong. So eagles teach us that, by the way. Okay, and guard them. So once you have a good relationships in your life, let's say, you need to guard and protect them. So that is the mindset you need to build as a, if you want an eagle mindset. So the tenacity should be there. So invest in the relationships, the right ones, and you need to protect and save them. Okay. So what is example I would like to give you here? The example of Caesar Chavez. So he made people aware of the struggles of the farmers. If you read about him, he did a really great job. He made, so what he did was the relationship he built with the farmers, he wanted to keep those relationship. What he did, he made other people aware of their situations. So what you have to do if you have a build an eagle mindset here, you have to truly invest in your relationships and hold on to them, guard them, and protect them. It's very, very important. So, by the time you are close to your 60s, 70s, so on and so forth, you should at least five people, you know, literally you think that those are the true relationship you invested in and you build upon. So, this is an eagle mindset. Okay, so this also is very important. Now, the fourth one we're talking about, eagles, as we all know, they fly very high, right? Almost 2 miles up, or and they can reach actually to the altitude of 10,000 feet if you've seen eagles, right? They can. So, and and also what I've seen scientifically, it's been shown that eagles require very little energy when they need to fly up high. Okay, and they can easily touch 10,000 feet altitude if they want to. So, and also, one of the important facts I'll be discussing here, eagle doesn't mingle with pigeons. So, so what does that mean? So that means eagle fly high alone, right? They keep themselves away from the noises of the other birds. They patiently wait for the opportunities. These are the traits you can build upon, and they become good problem solvers. Okay. So, whenever you're trying to build an eagle mindset, don't feel that your ideas, your opportunities, yes, would require a teamwork, but you are the one who needs to take the responsibility of them. And you would not spend your energy and time with the people who are holding you back for that idea. So, eagle doesn't mingle with pigeons. They're very clear. So, in other words, I talk a lot about this particular trait where you have to build upon a group, a network with the people who are like minded like you. If you don't, just leave them, move to another one where you find people who are talking the same visions as you are. So, Eagle is very clear in that. But Eagle would not make any efforts if pigeons are not like eagles but go and sit with them. It's very discreet. Okay, so eagles have that kind of trait. What we learn from this trait: number one, be with the like minded people. Number two, go alone if you want to about something in your life. You don't need a crowd. Okay, number three, wait for the opportunities, they would come. Number four, you become a good problem solver. Because when you attempt doing something alone, it helps you tremendously, right? You own it up well. Okay. All right. So, what are the example I would like to give here? The example of Warren Buffett. In 1965, around that time, he assumed the hold and the control of Berkshire Hathaway. So, what he saw? He saw supreme growth. He did not indulge in asking people, do you want to come with me? Do you want to invest with me? I don't think he did that. So he went alone and he became successful. Okay. So if you want to achieve an eagle mindset, you need to have some kind of confidence in you where you need to go all by yourself. You don't need to be completely dependent upon your team. And you have to have a clear vision, the one we talked earlier. What is the number fifth? Eagles nurture their young starting from the day one. Scientifically, I don't know how many of you. So till their eaglet, sorry, they become 10 to 12 weeks old, then they're ready to fly and go off their own. So just 12 weeks they give it, but they start giving them raw meat from the day one. So the little ones get used to systematically what they're supposed to be doing each and every week and also growing accordingly. So, eagles, so what I'm trying to say here is their young ones are given a direction and guided from the day one they're born. So, they are not directionless from the day one. How many times you've seen, I've seen with my clients, they have an issue that they, they jump into some opportunity and they directionless. So they didn't ask. the perfect questions. They were not under the guidance of the perfect leader. And by the time of they're doing some project, in the middle of it, they get confused. They get burned out. They get overwhelmed. They don't know what to do. They don't know whether to ask them or not. Have you seen, like, I mean, personally, we have faced the situations where something comes up and we immediately jump into it. But the good part is, if you want to build an eagle mindset, you can jump into it if you have the right direction from the day one. There should not be day 30th, 40th, 50th, or something, and so on. From the day one, if you have the whole clarity, if you know everything, like eagle, so the day one, they start feeding their babies or with the raw meat, so they're making accustomed. This is what you're supposed to do. And slowly and gradually, as you grow, by the 12th week, these are all scientific facts actually, they are of their own. But till the 12th week, the parents, the two eagles, make sure they are doing the right parenting so that the baby or the eaglets get the right nourishment and they grow. So, next time when you jump into something, you need to think about it. How are you being guided into it? How are you being given directions to it? And if you are the leader, then definitely you need to work on your own by giving right directions, the vision, and so on and so forth. What the leaders do. So, what does this trait of eagle mindset teaches us here? So, the true leaders are never the bosses. So here in the, if you see the nestlings of eagle, so both eagle, male eagle and female eagle, are taking care of their baby's eagle. It's a teamwork, but that's been given from the day one. So in the beginning, the father feeds the babies. In the later part of the weeks, the mother gets the food. So there's an understand. There's a teamwork. So nobody is the boss. But from the day one, the eagle babies are given direction correctly. So if you are a leader or if you're working a leader, this should be very clear what they're heading for. So that gives the people the right growth. The right direction gives the right growth. Okay. So this is what it is teaching us. So how they take care of each and every detail from the day one. So nothing should be left out later. So if you want to grow in your life and build an eagle mindset, don't procrastinate if you have a project to work upon. I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it day after. No, from the day one, you're responsible for it and the direction, the right direction. And if you're going in the wrong direction, you need to change the direction to other side. If you're a leader, you would do it for your teamwork. And if you are working as a leader, you should able to ask that which direction we are going from. So that's what the eagle mindset teaches us. So from the day one, the right directions. So the good example is John F. Kennedy. So nobody thought that people could go on moon that time. But he has an execution. He knew from the day one what he's supposed to do. Okay. And he started working with them. So working with a team is not easy. That's what he said also. But you have to work in certain ways where the direction of the team or the direction of the project or anything you're working on is going in the right way. That's it. That's what the bosses, the leaders, everybody's supposed to make sure of. So it is not declining, it is definitely progressing. Okay. All right. So that was for all today. The 5 traits of an eagle, if you want to build an eagle mindset. And and that would really help you. Try it out any of these 5. All right. So I'm open to any questions you have. So the creative tech has, how do I foster a culture of respect and trust within my workplace? So, number one, I think creative tech, what you need to do is if you are really want to have a culture of respect and trust, it depends on your personal values as well. Now, why I'm saying that, if you put the respect first, so how you know how you can gain respect? By respecting others, by definitely respecting your healthy boundaries, even at workplace, right? So that requires a lot of traits to build upon. If you have any one of them, that's great. Number one, that defining the healthy boundaries. For example, if you're manager, somebody, or your boss gives you extra work and you already have some work, you can respectfully say that probably I can do it in the next week. So you are building a healthy boundary. So a lot of people, when they have an issues, especially in the work culture, they have not built upon the healthy boundaries, and that you have to do it in the beginning when you join a work. So you don't have to wait that you don't have to get in the loop of impressing people unnecessarily, if I can clear that, right? So you need to build. So that's why your personal values are very important. Have you been able to build the healthy boundaries around you, with your family members, with your friends, and now in the workplace? That will help you a lot. So, when to say no and when to define your boundary. Other is trust. Now, again, when you talk about trust at the workplace, so trust building is not that easy. So, trust building requires, for example, at the workplace, when your boss or your manager gives you work and you said, okay, I've finished off with the project, and you know that they have some other work which is going on. How can I help you with that work? Or I can stay this week little extra half an hour, and I can try to finish up what you are working on. You're offering in the beginning an extra help. So the trust, if you really want to build at the culture, or build as a culture in your workplace, you have to offer it first. Okay. So you have to show that you are a trustworthy person and you can go out of your way to help them out. So you're building a trust, correct? And in response, your boss can see that, oh wow, this person has shown that it can help me, or she can help me with some extra work and when I require it. So now I can depend on them. I can also build a trust with them. So next time when they have an issue or you need some extra help, you can easily go to the co-worker or your manager or your boss. Same, it has to be reciprocated that way. But in the case of trust, I would strongly advise creative tech that you build it, you start it first, and then see how it has its ripple effects and keeps building on it. Your boss or your manager would definitely would show, a lot of appreciation towards you. So these are the two different things. So respect and trust. So in respect, I just explained it to you, healthy boundaries should be the utmost, and to the trust, you need to start working on it. I hope I was able to answer you in short. Without, it's a very generalization of workplace, but yeah, these two tips will definitely help you, what you have asked for. So that was a good question. Anybody else? So I think, I hope you got the understanding of what an eagle mindset today, and you will start working on all of these points, the 5 points I gave you, or any one of them, and start to see things are happening different way for you. So Anika Khan is asking, how do I handle mistakes? By offering guidance or assigning blame? Sorry, I'm not sure. So you are going to give offering guidance because somebody is doing mistake for you? Sorry, I'm not clear about that question. Could you write a little bit more? By offering guidance, or so you're saying somebody else is doing mistakes, so you want to give them guidance or assigning blame, if that's my understanding? So mistakes, Anika Khan, what you could do if somebody is doing mistakes again and again, the first thing you have to do is offer guidance. I think you've written it clearly, not assigning the blames first, because you need to understand what is going on, why they're doing what they're doing. It's very, very important. Sometimes they could be a genuine mistake, sometimes they are not. Okay. But if you see a pattern building up, like they keep on doing the same things again, then they have to own up the blame. So that's the difference. You can give them few chances and see if it's a genuine mistake and they have overcome it and they have mended. You're good with that. You don't have to do anything more. But if the mistakes are getting repeatedly done again and again and again, then definitely not in the form of, I would say, blame, but definitely giving them some kind of ultimatum, like what are you doing and why are you doing it. So I'm not unable to understand, but you can definitely start with the guidance first. I hope that was able to answer your question, Anika Khan. Any other with questions, anyone else? All right, I think that was all. So I hope you all enjoyed Power of an Eagle Mindset and you'll be working on it. Yeah, you're welcome. And I shall see you next week. And you all have a wonderful day. And don't forget to comment, subscribe, or like my channel. And I shall see you next week. You all take care. Thank you.